get rolling. Let's get rolling. Because Meghan Markle is being criticized for visiting the memorial set up for victims of the Texas shooting. According to a spokesperson, she went in a personal capacity as a mother to offer her condolences and support, but some people say she was doing it for the photo op. So was this offside? And here's another question. What role should celebrities play in the wake of a tragedy like this one?
I mean, when I first heard she went down, I didn't think much of it. I just thought, oh, well, you know, that's kind of what I would expect her to do in a way. She seems like she cares a lot about kids, and she's done things. I mean, I don't pay that much attention to Meghan Markle and what she does, but it didn't seem ridiculous. It may have been a bit self-serving, but I mean, I could see how it could be motivated by heartbreak. And I mean, apparently she got there and she went there, and most people didn't know it was her. I don't think many people knew it was her until after she left. So
I heard that too.
It sounds like she wasn't particularly drawing attention to herself. So I don't know. I don't have a problem with this, but Mel, I'm curious what you think.
Okay, so yeah, someone's gonna just, you know, because this is what happens when we're back at home today. Okay, we're gonna have, Mommy's gonna have a serious conversation, okay? She loves, don't you just love live TV? Okay, why don't you sit right here? Okay, all right. Okay, Mom's gonna have a conversation. Can you sit down?
This is live TV.
So let's have a serious conversation.
Yes, go for it. Yes.
Okay, you sit right there. Okay, get back to work, Mom. Okay, so I think for me, I don't like to poo-poo anybody who really is doing a good thing, especially when it seems like it's coming from a good place. But, you know, because you're a celebrity, and celebrities can do a lot of things, the question is, should they be doing those things? Yeah. And I actually think that it was a bit of a misstep, even though I think she was coming from a good place to do this, because she's got to know that wherever she goes, whether it's in a personal or private capacity, or if it's in a public capacity, she will draw attention. And I think she's wise enough to know that. And right now, it's like #too soon, because I know that the attention it would bring, I think, distracts from what people should be focusing on right now. And while she's coming from love and compassion, the focus is the kids are still not buried. Like, we still have funerals to go through. Never mind talking about getting police to be accountable for what is seemingly day to day becoming more and more of an absolute tragedy in how they handled this. And then there's the bigger question of gun reform. And you have celebrities like Matthew McConaughey. That one makes sense to me. That is his hometown. He visited recently, and he is there in a capacity because he's meeting with politicians. He wants to talk gun control. He wants to be also comforter-in-chief with the other families who are grieving and the kids who are injured. Like, that makes sense to me. Meghan being there doesn't make sense to me. I don't know how she furthers the cause without distracting from it.
I actually agree. Like, I have questions. Like, was she naive enough to think that perhaps no one would recognize her? But there's something about the nature of the online criticism that she's on the receiving end of. Like, for her going, if we're to believe her, and I do, going to believe her, that she's going there to pay her respects and to drop off care packages, that makes me feel like the world has lost the plot a bit.
Yep.
You know?
Because I'm sure she's getting this onslaught. We already know she's been, you know, eviscerated in, you know, certain circles online, for sure in the tabloids. And she's a black woman who, you know, despite how people who like have feelings about her, like, what is wrong with this? Like, I just don't see why she should be receiving any kind of hate, any kind of like, and I mean, arguably, the focus on her is coming from media. It's not her doing it, because you just mentioned Matthew McConaughey went, and I didn't even know about that. So is the problem not then just the way in which it's the focus is on...
I think it's the nature of her fame, too,
right,
which is such that she goes anywhere, you know, and cameras will follow.
But it's not new for her. We know, like, it's not a new thing. When the Grenfell Tower fire happened in London, she was still officially a working royal. You guys remember, and she showed up right away. She was at one of the kitchens, and then it turned into a cookbook, and the proceeds went to go help a lot of the victims of that fire. That was tragic. But that made sense, right? Like, she was a royal. It happened in London. She could use her celebrity for good. She wasn't distracting from the cause. She was trying to push things forward. Like, it made sense. She's wise enough And yes, it is the media's fault to a certain degree, but she should know how the media works.
But how do we know that she's not working on some kind of like gun control? Probably is an issue close to her heart. I mean, I think any American with children who's not on the side of guns feels passionate about this topic. So she does have a celebrity, and she is in media. She has this deal with Netflix.
But now?
So isn't she? But I mean, we don't know what she's doing with
Well,
this.
here's the
Could
question.
she be working on something?
She wasn't offering prayers and condolences online, like a lot of other, people
Like
and
thoughts and
even
prayers,
celebrities.
yeah.
Like, what do you think about? She actually went. So, what do you think about the larger question of celebrities, how they react, maybe online specifically, to a tragedy like this? Because sometimes I will be honest. I know I just asked you, and now I'm talking. But sometimes I will be honest. It makes me cringe a bit. It feels performative. Whereas, like, they play superheroes. It doesn't mean they are superheroes by offering up words. Like, I don't need a celebrity to spell out how tragic something is. I know, we, collectively, we know. But when a celebrity takes action, when they're, I guess, not passive, when they're active and says, like, this is where we're galvanizing, this is who you can call, here's the senator's office, here's where you can donate. I like that. I like that a lot.
She's not doing that, though.
Yeah.
At least not yet. At least not yet.